Hello, my name's Natalie. Welcome to lesson 34. And today in this lesson, we are going to look at present perfect, the contrast of present perfect and past simple. Okay, so we're going to we've spent the last two lessons doing quite a lot of grammar, and now we're going to look at that grammar in a meaningful context. Okay, so let's see what is in the class for today. Okay, so first we will look at, as I said, some grammar in short conversations. We'll then do a little test of your grammar, so you will get an opportunity to test yourself to see if you understand the form and the use. And we will do a little listening. Okay, so quite a skills-based lesson today. Okay, right, so I hope you're ready to begin. I'm going to begin by looking at a situation. The situation is a job interview. You can see that there are two people interviewing a woman for a job. So let's have a look at the picture. You can see here, here is the situation, and the first person says, do you speak English? Have you ever done a presentation in English? And our interviewee says, yes, I have. I have done many presentations in English. When I worked in Germany, the corporate language was English. That's interesting. We work with a lot of English-speaking clients from Canada and Australia. Have you ever been to Australia? Unfortunately, no, I haven't been there. I have been to New Zealand. I went there on holiday 2 years ago. It's a fantastic country. Okay, so now have a look at that conversation, maybe pause the video, read it again, and now I'm going to highlight some of the interesting language in this conversation. Okay, so first of all, here I am highlighting all the uses of the present perfect. So just have a look. Okay, so we've got the use that we talked about in our first present perfect lesson, which was talking about present perfect for experience. If you contrast here with the use of past simple, do you remember the big difference between present perfect is a time in your life not specifying a specific time? Whereas our use of past simple, you can see here, is talking about specific past finished time. So when I worked in Germany, I went there on holiday 2 years ago, an exact time. Okay. Now another situation. Here we've got a class with the teacher and some children, and the teacher is asking a question. Have you ever seen a ghost? And the little boy says, ghosts don't exist. And the little girl, she says, well, they do. My aunt has seen one. She saw a ghost of her dog after he died. So if you look here at the information, you can see here I'm going to highlight you can see here the use of present perfect in the conversation. Okay, and look. Okay, so here just to talk about the contrast, she has seen a ghost. You can see the ghost here floating around. It's not on the line for the first example, she has seen a ghost, because it's floating around with no specific time, no organised specific past time, okay? And then you've got she saw a ghost of her dog after he died. So you can see here on the line, the ghost is on the timeline. We know when we have a past time reference, okay? Right, so that's basically one of the big differences between the use of present perfect and past simple. Going back to this one, you can see here I've highlighted, you've got the present perfect for non-specific time in somebody's life and past simple for a specific past finished action in a specific past finished time. It's probably easier to see it in context. Okay, so here I'm going to put another example, okay, on, and just to kind of consolidate it a little bit. So we've got, I have been there 2 years ago. No, I went there 2 years ago, because it's the specific time, okay? Another example, I have been to Paris. So I've been to Paris just at some point in my life. I have been to Paris 3 years ago. No, you would have to say, I went to Paris 3 years ago. Okay, now we are going to look at a picture. You just saw a picture of two people. What are they doing? What are these people doing? Yes, they're walking. These people are walking. And you can see the woman and the man. Okay, now the man is called Brian. That's his name. And the woman is called Cynthia. Now, I want you to look at, I'm going to put the picture on again. Look at the expressions on their faces. Look at Brian's face and look at Cynthia's face. What do you think? What do you think they're thinking as they're walking? Okay, and then we'll have a little look at their conversation and also at what they're thinking in this situation. All right. So here we are. We've got Brian. He looks okay. Cynthia looks very happy. And she's thinking, oh, I'm enjoying this walk. I don't know if Brian is, though. I don't know. So is he enjoying it or not? Well, let's see. And he's thinking, oh, well, he's thinking that I am really tired. I have never walked 12 kilometers before. And so Cynthia, being a caring person, she says, you okay? We only have 4 more kilometers. So they only have to walk 4 more kilometers. And Brian's like, yes, I'm fine. I like walking. But really, he's thinking, 4 more kilometers? Oh no, I have had leg ache for the last half an hour. And Cynthia's thinking, actually, I think it's 6 kilometers, but I don't want to tell Brian that. Poor Brian. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the grammar in the conversation. Do you remember in the last class, we looked at the present perfect, talking about something that started in the past and continues until now. So, for example, I've had this ring for 2 years. I've had this pen for 2 days. Okay, so go back to the conversation and see if you can identify the use of present perfect for this type of situation. So I'll just put the conversation on the board again, or on the slide again, so that you can have a look and see. Okay, so just read the conversation and identify the use of present perfect, okay, for something that started in the past and continues until now. All right, here we go. Okay, so yes, can you see it? It's identified well here in black. You can see just there. I have had leg ache for the last half an hour. So half an hour ago, the leg ache started, and poor Brian, I think he is going to suffer a lot. Okay, all right. So as I said, this is use of present perfect. We've got present perfect for experience, present perfect for something that started in the past and continues until now. And we've got past simple, which we use a lot. So in this next activity, you have to read the conversation. A is one person and B is another person talking. Okay, so you have to look at the conversation and try and put the verb in the correct tense, or in past simple or in present perfect in the sentences. So I will put the sentences on. It's probably a good idea to pause the video and write down the full conversation. It will give you time to think and see if you can identify it. If not, just continue watching and you can just do it as like a mental test. It's up to you. It's your course. You can do it how you want to, really. Okay? All right, so let's go back. Okay. Have you ever been to London? No, have you? Yes, I there last year with my family. It's great, but the weather. It's for 3 days. Okay, I'm going to put the answers on now. So if you're not ready, please pause the video. If you are ready, keep watching. So here we go. Have you ever been to London? No, I haven't. Have you? Yes, I have. I went there last year with my family. It was great, but I didn't like the weather. It rained for 3 days. Okay, very good. And now another test. I like your ring. Ring is... Okay, so you can pause the video, copy the conversation, or you can just keep watching and I will give you the answers. Ooh, there are the answers. Okay, so we've got, I like your ring, thanks. I have had it. Oh, sorry, there's a mistake. It should be, I have had it. Don't tell anyone. I have had it for 2 days. I bought it at the market in a small village in Greece. Do you remember village from lesson 1? Greece. When did you go to Greece? Oh, I want to go to Greece. I have never, and the word that's missing, never been. Never been. Okay, so you have to write the been in it. I have never been. I was in Greece on holiday. I came back on Sunday. Oh, sorry. Oh. I came back on Sunday. Sorry, I didn't even know I could do that. Wow. I have just discovered a new thing I can do on my computer. I didn't know, so I'm sorry. That was a big surprise. Okay, so sorry. Back to the activity. Okay, so we have I was in Greece on holiday, came back on Sunday. Wow. Wow is like, wow. Wow, amazing. Wow, you must tell me all about it. Okay. So how was that? Was it okay? I'm sorry about my mistakes, but you know, even I am not perfect. Perfect, present perfect. Okay. It has been a long day. Yes. So, now, what I'm going to do now is listening, right? So I'm just going to talk. I'm going to tell you, it's a very short listening. It's not a story. It's just some information about me, about my life, okay? It's quite short, so I'm just going to say it, listen, try and understand as much as you can. So just relax and listen. You can listen once, twice, 3 times, it's fine. And then I will put the text on the PowerPoint and I will read again and you can focus on the language, okay? The language and the pronunciation, and you can practice reading it out loud yourself, okay? All right, so one moment. Get organized. Okay. Okay. Right. Sorry. Are you ready? Now, I haven't travelled a lot, but I've been to quite a few countries. I can't tell you my favourite country because I think all countries have their own magic. I have lived in 4 different countries. I lived in the UK when I was a child and a young adult. And then I lived in Greece for 1 year when I was about 24. And I also lived in Italy when I was about 35. But I was only there for a few months. I have never been to South America. Central America, yes, but South America, no. Or to Australia, and I want to go. I like travelling, but I also like being at home. Okay, now that's the end. So now I'm going to put the text up. I will put it up and read it again, say it again so that you can listen and focus on the pronunciation. So just follow me, okay? Are you ready? I haven't travelled a lot, but I've been to quite a few countries. I can't tell you my favourite country because I think all countries have their own magic. I have lived in 4 different countries. I lived in the UK when I was a child and a young adult, and then I lived in Greece for 1 year when I was about 24, and I also lived in Italy when I was about 35, but I was only there for a few months. I have never been to South America or Australia, and I want to go. I like travelling, but I also like being at home. Okay, so how was that? Right, now I'm going to go through again with the text and I'm going to highlight some of the grammar. So first of all, have a look at it, and in green you will see the uses of the present perfect. Okay, and now I'm going to show you the uses of past simple. So notice the contrast, past simple when I'm talking about an exact past finished time, okay? So here we go. Okay, and finally, I'm going to highlight here for you the uses of the present. Okay, notice I use a modal verb, can't. I also use like plus ing, like skiing, like doing yoga, like traveling, okay, like being at home. So in blue, you will see the use of the present simple, things that are true, and facts. Okay, so here you go. Right, okay, well, I hope you found that little text interesting. I think it's a good idea to look at the language, the grammar in context, in a meaningful, true context. So I want you to write a similar text. It doesn't have to be about places you've lived. It could be about places you've visited on holiday, towns, cities, for example. It doesn't have to be countries. But try and write a little text, make sure it's true. You can write about yourself, or you can write about a member of your family. Don't forget that have will become has. Yes, if it's third person. And I hope that you found that interesting. I think it's good to listen again and again and again, and then practice writing about yourself. Okay, so well done for getting to the end of lesson 34. And just a reminder of what we've covered in the class today. So today we have looked at grammar in short conversations, both present perfect and past simple. We did a grammar test and a listening, okay? So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you very soon in lesson 35. Lesson 35 is a review class, so I hope to see you with your notebook and your pen. Now, have a very nice day or evening or week or weekend, and I'll see you soon. Okay, take care. Bye.